What's good, YouTube? It's Jeremy from Not For Resale, back with the details. Today, we got something special. So I made a video the other day, and it was a video about us going and filling out raffle tickets. So me and Young Swag, we filled out some raffle tickets over at the Venetian. We also filled out some raffle tickets over at Planet Hollywood, the Miracle Mile shops, different sort of Foot Lockers and that sort of thing. And I put us taking an L. So in all reality, on all the raffles, an L was taken. So we did not receive any phone calls for any sort of raffle winnings at all. But we had a homie give us a little tip on some pairs that might be left over. So we were able to get our hands on one pair. So I was able to get my hands on one pair, and today we're going to review that pair. So here we go. Here's what this looks like. These are nice. So, quickly, looking at the box, you got your size tag, your label, triple cream white colorway V2. Got your price tag over here. We've all seen what a box looks like. Boost on the side, 350 on the top. Yeezy Boost 350. So, let's get rid of the box for now. And now let's look at the shoes. So the shoes, let's give you a front view of the shoes. So, Cream V2s, this is a size 11, which is my size. Overall, the shoe is high quality. It's a high quality shoe. The colorway, in my opinion, is not the best colorway. Now, me personally, and Daniel, the other associate from Not For Resale, totally disagrees with me. We have arguments until the sun comes up for hours and hours and hours of a white shoe or even a white shirt versus a black shoe or a black shirt. I will say that this white shoe is better than a bread. That's my own personal opinion. Roast me in the comments if you like. That's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions. But I prefer a white shoe over a black shoe. Now, an all white shoe gets a little foggy for me there. So let's look at some of the details on this, and I'll explain why it gets a little foggy. So the details on this, in there, you really can't see where it says supply, or to the eye you really can't see it. You also can't see any of the sort of zebra striping or any of that on there. So it kind of feels to me like a lot of the details on this shoe are lost. They really get lost. Whereas you'll have a beluga, which has really defined details because of the contrast of colors. The problem that I have with an all-white shoe is there's no contrast on there, which for me means that it doesn't pop off the map. I want something that pops off the map. For me, the best style V2 that has came out, without a doubt, is a zebra. It's the model that pops for me. It's really out there. And then next is going to be a beluga. because that bright orange stripe on the side of a beluga really pops out. And I really like that. The other stripes on there, so say you look at the Oreos, or say you look at the Coppers, or say you look at the greens, it doesn't really pop because it's kind of a dull color on a black base. So it doesn't really pop. Breads, the red on it pops, but everything else is just kind of so-so for me. But that's what I really like about Turtle Doves, and that's what I really like about even going back as far as Red Octobers and Plats and Solars. Those shoes popped because of the contrast that was built there on these. Say you had an NRG2, a Yeezy NRG2, and you had it all white, it really wouldn't pop. It just wouldn't, you know, because there's no contrast there. So that's one of the things that I'll say about this shoe. The other thing about it is this: if you're going to give me a sole like this, which the sole I believe is probably about my favorite part on it. I like the contrast on here. It's a really nice creamy color on here. The boost is exposed like all the other V2s, and it is a little two-tone. So you have the separation of the tones right there. So you have like a milky right here, which goes into more like a yellowish cloudy type of cream on the bottom, which I do like that. That is like the major contrast on the shoe, but that's not enough. If I see a sole like this, I expect it to glow. So that's one of the downfalls of it, is there's no glow sole on it. I think that would have really brought a different aspect to the shoe. It would have really made it, you know, set apart as far as this model, because it's came out in so many colorways, but we're yet to see a glow sole on it from any of the pairs. So I would have liked to seen that. The other thing about it is I'm just not a huge fan of this little stripe right here. I think the stripe kind of takes away from it. It kind of looks like as if there should be something there, like a texture there, but it's not really there. So I know all the other V2s are not that way, so why would this one be that way? But I would have liked to have seen that a lot better. As far as the three stripes right here, they kept those in the 3M, so I like that. You have your Adidas Yeezy in the bottom here, which that is nice as well. Once again, you have your boost pocket, and that's being shown. The comfortability is all there. It's definitely there on this model. I'm not crazy about the color. When I first seen that this color was going to release, I was kind of thinking to myself, I live in Vegas, and if you do live in Vegas, you know that it doesn't rain very often. Now, to somebody who does not live in Vegas, you'd be like, well, what does that matter at all? So what ends up happening here in Las Vegas is that the dirts and the oils from the ground or from the asphalt raise up to the top of the asphalt. So a pair of shoes that has a clear sole, a pair of shoes that has a white sole, it shows dirt immediately. Like first step on the ground, it shows dirt. Now, if you live in California, you live in other areas, you're not going to have like the cooked bottom immediately. But I know as soon as I wear these out, that boost is going to start discoloring, and the entire bottom is going to be just cooked. It's going to be black, and it's going to not be great. The other thing is, with the dust and the dirt, not only does the bottom of the shoes, but the upper. So if you have somebody who's walking next to you and they're stepping on stuff and the bottom has dirt and dust and all that, and they accidentally hit your toe box, just graze the toe box on this, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare to try and clean these shoes. So that is a drawback as well. Overall, and maybe you can call me biased, I really like the season 1 of the 350s. I like the Moon Rocks, I like the Tans, I like the Black Pirates, I like the Turtle Doves. The Turtle Doves are my favorite without a doubt, but I like that model there. I just liked it better. Now, as far as comfort, you're going to get more comfortable with the V2s. That's a definite. You're going to win there. But I just don't think that the silhouette itself looks as good. I think the tongue comes up a little too high, and this just might be me nitpicking and that sort of thing. But I think the tongue comes up a little too high, and I think the toe box is a little too flat. And you might agree with me because you'll say, hey, why do these shoes, if I'm a 10.5, why do I got to get an 11, 11.5, maybe even a 12? Because the disparity between the raise and the toe cap, it's not raised up enough. It's just not. But if you look at season 1 350s, if you're a size 10.5, you go for a 10. If you're an 11.5, you go for an 11. If you're a 12.5, you go for a 12. So, and you know, in the Turtle Doves, they didn't have half sizes when they released them. So, I like that. I like the fact that, you know, that there's a little more space in the toe box for the season 1 versus the season 2. So this overall, for me, I would say as far as all Yeezys are concerned, I don't even think it makes top 5. Once again, I mean, if you have any sort of, you know, opinion yourself on it, leave it in the description down below. I read all comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell. It notifies you whenever we have a new video coming out. Once again, the shoe is not my favorite, but I'll catch footballs and not feelings. Peace.